Okay, let's dive into this. We're talking about what is maybe the single most critical transition a leader can ever make. And that's turning your business from a fragile job that needs you every second into a true durable asset that can actually run by itself.
And this quote, man, this really gets to the heart of it all. You might be pulling in a massive GCI, thinking you've made it, but if the entire operation grinds to a halt the moment you step away, you don't own a business. You own a really stressful, high-paying job you can never, ever escape. That huge income, it isn't freedom. It's just the bars of a golden cage.
So let's really diagnose the problem here. Because that success you're so proud of, well, it could be hiding a massive liability. It's what's trapping you inside what we're calling the golden cage.
Think about it like this. In engineering, a single point of failure is a total deal breaker. It's a design flaw you would never, ever accept. And yet, what do we so often do in our own businesses? We build the entire company around the most fragile component imaginable, us. If you have to be there for things to run smoothly, you're not the leader, you are the bottleneck.
And being the bottleneck, well, it comes with a cost. We call it the fragility tax. And look, this isn't just about you feeling stressed and burned out, although that's a huge part of it. No, this is a real quantifiable cost to your business. It absolutely crushes your company's valuation, its cap rate. Why? Because any savvy investor knows an asset that depends on one person isn't an asset at all. It's just a job they'd have to buy.
I mean, just look at this. It really lays out the two potential futures, doesn't it? On the left, you've got that high-stress job disguised as a business. It's all about your personal hustle, it's fragile as heck, and its value is being artificially held down. But on the right, that's the goal. A durable asset, something that runs on its own, has proven strength, and commands a premium valuation. The platform runs itself, which, yes, means you can finally take that vacation.
So, the big question is, how do we get from that column on the left to the one on the right? It all comes down to a fundamental shift in your thinking. You have to stop being the manual labor and start being the architect of the system. So let's get into how you actually construct that autonomous platform.
This right here, this needs to become your new North Star. Success is no longer measured by your personal production or the deals you close. Forget that. The real metric of success, the ultimate measure, is how well your team performs when you are completely and totally invisible. Can the machine run without the mechanic standing right next to it? That's the only question that matters.
And this is how you find out. It's called controlled fragility testing. And let's be crystal clear, this is not a fancy name for taking a vacation. This is a strategic, deliberate business process. You should think of it like an institutional stress test for a bank. You are intentionally putting pressure on the system to find the cracks before a real crisis finds them for you.
And you don't just jump into the deep end here. No way. You build this durability progressively. You start small, 4 hours. Can the team survive a single afternoon using only the documented procedures? Then you go to a full day, which really tests your daily operational handoffs. After that, 48 hours. That's the real acid test for durability. And eventually, you get to 4 days. That's when you have definitive proof that you've built a platform, not just a practice.
Okay, so let's zero in on that critical milestone, the 48-hour test. This is where we move from theory into practice. This is where we start building real, tangible, operational strength.
The process itself is deceptively simple. 3 steps. First, the date lock. You put a hard, unmovable date on the calendar, non-negotiable. Second, the communication. You tell the team you will be a ghost, completely unreachable. All communication must go through a designated emergency contact, and that person is not you. And third, and listen up, because this is the most important part, when you return, you analyze what broke. Not to blame people, but to find the flaws in the system.
And that last point brings us to what is, without a doubt, the single most important rule in this entire process. This is the mindset shift that separates temporary fixes from permanent, lasting durability. So here it is, the crucial point. If you come back and personally jump in to solve the 5 problems that popped up, all you've taught your team is that the solution to any problem is to just wait for you to fix it. But if you fix the workflow, if you fix the system that allowed the problem to happen in the first place, you've basically vaccinated the business against that problem forever. You're not just patching holes, you are re-engineering the ship. And this is exactly how you put that rule into action. After you execute the test, you conduct a retrospective. Now, this isn't a complaint session. It's a clinical, surgical documentation of every single system failure. You ask, what broke? Why did it break? And what SOP or workflow needs to be repaired so this never, ever breaks again? That right there, that is where all the value is created.
All right, now it's time to get serious. This is about setting firm, high expectations for the business you claim you're building. It's time to validate whether you truly own an asset or just a job.
I want you to let this sink in. A real institutional-grade firm is designed to run in the dark. If your presence is the electricity that keeps the lights on, you have not built a durable platform. So it's time to be objective. It's time to look at your operations and honestly answer these next 3 questions.
First up, the absence test. Right now, no prep, no warnings. If you just vanished for the next 48 hours, would your team autonomously execute? Would the machine keep running? Or would your untested platform instantly collapse into chaos the second your manual labor was gone? Next, the autonomy check. And this one's really about you. Have you actively subjected your team to this kind of controlled testing to find the cracks? And be honest with yourself, are you secretly avoiding the test because some part of your ego is terrified to discover that the firm might actually be able to survive without you?
And finally, the asset validation. This brings it all back to the money, doesn't it? Is that big GCI number you're so proud of real, or is it just an illusion masking a fragile house of cards? Does your firm truly possess the verified, independent durability required to command a premium institutional valuation? Which one is it?
So remember this, it's not about working less, it's about building something that lasts more. You have to test the system. You have to build a platform you can actually trust. And only then have you earned your absence, because you finally built an asset, not just a job.